Hello, everybody. I'm back again. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. You know, elections has consequences, and I've been saying, us rural counties, they ain't enough people that's registering to vote and coming out to vote. Because evidently they think their vote don't count. Well, I'm going to tell you, you need to get out and register to vote. And we could put a stop to all this stuff, these big cities. We can counteract them. I mean, we have got to come out in massive numbers, people. Well, I've got cattle rubbing the tractor and shaking it, so if I'm moving a lot, it's not me, it's a cattle rubbing and shaking the tractor. They've sort of surrounded me a little bit here and there. A few of them has anyway. They're nosy. I was over here going around some fence, and they're a nosy creature. But anyway, in the last 4 years, what China Joe Biden administration has done is they're absolutely destroying this country. With all the illegal aliens that's coming in, he has broke his oath to the Constitution. Him and Kamala Harris can be impeached tomorrow if Congress get off their ass and do it, but they won't do it. But one thing, you've got the Senate controlled by communist Democrats. It's impossible. I mean, they won't do the right thing, uphold the law. It come out that the judge blasted the DOJ for double standards, on prosecuting Republicans and Democrats. Big news. Right here in my county, I've told you about this guy coming in here and trying to buy up all his farmland and come up with he wants to put in a solar farm. Like he ain't got enough money, the rich ass lawyer. But, not only that, Old Dominion and Appalachian Power, by 2040 something, they have to be completely 100% solar or wind driven. Which there's no way. There's no way to do away from coal power plants, people. That's and if they don't, they'll be fined. And you know who will be passed on that? Your light bills will be where you can't afford them. And when and plus they're talking about doing away with all electrical vehicles by then, and all gas powered vehicles going to electrical then. And the grid won't stand it. We've not got a grid to stand that with. I do agree that electric vehicles has a place, and that's in those big cities. But I find it funny that in the upper part of Virginia up there, where the movie actors buys their little horse farms and little play farms, that I call it, and these congressmen and these people that work in the government buy little old places there in Loudoun County and Fairfax. They don't want that solar and wind up in their area to affect their view and their, as they call it, their beauty of their rural lifestyle, which they ain't got a clue about. They want to shove that down here on us and ruin our heritage and our scenery. They want to take up farms and take it out of agriculture. It's awful. I mean, it's just purely awful. What they're trying to do, they're absolutely trying to destroy this country. They're trying to destroy our food supply. They want you dependent on the government. They want you in those 15-minute cities. If they could figure a way, like that old movie of Solid Green, if they could figure a way how to reprocess grandma into something, you'll be eating her. But they're already growing lab-grown meat out of human cells for consumption. It's out there. You gotta do is Google it. I'm going to prepare for what's coming. what I believe what's coming. And not only are we doing more preparing, I'm going to put my grandmother's old cook stove back up this year. I meant to last year and didn't get to do it. You know, we're going to raise more garden stuff. And that reminds me, if you can, find you a local farmer and buy a local if you can. If you're in a place where you can find you a local farmer, buy a local. Buy your eggs, your milk, your meat, and your vegetables. You know, we got a pretty good across the hill here, David Mann. He does real well. You know, seek out places like that and buy your vegetables where you know where they're grown. Buy your meat where you know where it's grown. And if you want Black Angus, you know you're getting Black Angus. Forgive me for the fade out and fade in. The clouds are rolling over and it's starting to get dark here. But we're in trouble, people. And elections has consequences. Just like all them friggin' Democrats, as they put in up there in that part of Virginia, controlling the whole state when over half the state is not blue, it's red. So, yes, election does have consequences. We, as rural areas, we've got to come out in massive number. We've got to get more people registered to vote. We can outvote them. We've got more people than they do and less people registered to vote. There lies the problem. People think that it don't matter. You know, what they go on with their lives like, you know, it don't matter. It'll always work out. Well, it's not always going to work out, people. It's time you stood up for your family and your country. You know, it's God, family, and country. You know, we got veterans that went over and died in foreign souls that's never coming home that died for our freedoms to vote. Think about that. They sacrificed their lives so you have a chance to live free. And China Joe Biden and his administration, they're communist. He wants to be a wartime president. He is that. When he done that speech a year or two ago with that big red background, that ain't nothing come out of Hitler's. Everything come out of his mouth is some kind of Hitler speech. He is evil. And they're evil. Their plan for you is you're at the bottom of the food chain. You'll do what they say. You'll work where they say. You'll live where they say. You'll eat what they say. Or you'll be gone. Now, you can take this for what it is. You can listen to it or you don't have to listen to it. It's the truth as I see it, and everything that I say has come to pass. You know, it come out that little by little that it was a cyber attack on that ship that hit that bridge. It come out on redacted there yesterday. Laura Logan reported on it. But they're trying to hide it. Just like all the fires and the processing plants on our food, chemical plants, trail derailments, fire in Hawaii, all this stuff is being covered up. So it's up to you to get up and vote. Election does have consequences. And you're seeing it right now. We can't let what happened in 2020 happen again. So get up off your rear end and vote, and get your friends and neighbors out to vote, your co-workers. You know, what else can I say? When they're actually trying to cut out farming and ranching, and you're growing a backyard garden. I said it over and over and over. Trying to take out wood stoves, gas water heaters, light bulbs, air conditioners. Will they suffer? No, they'll still be living in their mansions with their air conditioners and whatever kind of heat they want. And they'll be eating top sirloin steak too. It won't be man-made meat. They'll eat the real thing. You'll eat whatever. So I know I've rambled on this video and probably won't be watched, but I'm going to tell you right now, I appreciate each and every one of you. You had better start being prepared. Us, we're going to raise more garden, stock more stuff. And I meant to put in grandmother's cook stove last year. I'm putting it back in. It's just as good as the day that the last biscuit was fixed on. It's not been used since in the 90s. The last hogs that I'd raised, we fried all the sausage on it. But it's just as good as the day as the last biscuit that my grandmother fixed in it. So I'm gonna put that back up. Because I do believe that hard times is coming. Who knows what they're going to do? But remember, if you can afford it, stock up on a few extra things. Food ain't going to get no cheaper than what it is. It's just going right on up. If you can afford it, buy extra can of whatever kind of stuff that you like and essentials and stock up on it. Medicines, you know. So, good Lord will, and I'll see you next time. And I appreciate you watching. If you watch it all, it's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. YouTube is suppressing this stuff anyway. They won't let this kind of stuff go out too far. But I'm going to keep on until they take me off or whatever. Because I believe that we're going to have to stand up and absolutely come out in massive numbers. And remember, President Trump standing up for you, stand up for him. Let's pray for him, each other, and Israel that they wipe Hamas off the face of the earth. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.